Hello and welcome back to my garden shed cleanup, declutter, and reorganize with me. My husband and I built this storage shed in our backyard a little over a year ago now, and we've just overwhelmed it with way too much stuff. So today we're going to pull everything out, spread it across the backyard, and start sorting through things, making some tough decisions about what we're going to keep and reorganize back into this space and what we are ready to let go of and actually add into our community yard sale. And hopefully by the time that I'm done with this project, this space will feel much more functional and serve my family throughout the summer season. So let's get started by taking a look at what the shed is currently looking like. And as you can see, it is packed floor to ceiling. It is so overwhelmed with just stuff, and this is definitely a result of laziness on mine and my husband's part. There's plenty of space in here, but also plenty of things that we have just put down instead of putting away, and now we've ended up with this huge decluttering project that we need to tackle. So we're going to start by emptying everything out of the shed, and I do want to work smarter, not harder, so we're going to categorize things as we go. We're going to have a pile for recreational items like our bikes and lawn games, and then we're going to have a separate pile for like lawn and garden maintenance tools and DIY supplies, and then a third for all of our seasonal decor, because those are all of the different categories of things that we do store away in here year round. And the reason why we have so much in this storage shed to begin with is because we live in a home that is relatively small. It's a little under 1,400 square feet, and it does not have a garage, a basement, or a finished attic space. So this is really the only storage that we have for our home. And while we absolutely love having it here, I do have to admit that we have not cared for it in the way that we should. And so now we're having to dedicate an entire day just to kind of push that reset button and get things back the way that they're supposed to be. And also, if you are new here, my name is Megan. This is my husband, Derek. I love to share a ton of homemaking related videos with you. So that includes home organization and decluttering like this, a lot of yard work, outdoor projects, indoor projects, room makeovers, and beginner friendly DIYs that don't require a lot of power tools. So if that sounds like your vibe, I'd love to have you subscribe and join my little YouTube family. I think I've got this as emptied out as I'm going to for now. I think I've got enough space in here to work on rearranging some things. I really want to try to completely eliminate this metal storage rack and instead just depend on these two over here for things like DIY supplies, lawn and garden supplies, things like that. Obviously, this entire back wall is our seasonal decor, and we have quite a bit of like loose things that need to be cleaned up, but they aren't taking top priority because I want to see like exactly the space I'm going to have to work with. So I need to see if I can eliminate this first, and then also clean out this little tool caddy. Out here where we were emptying everything into, I kind of have things already in categories. So we have a lot of lawn and garden equipment and DIY supplies over here, and then outdoor furniture. On this side, I've got a bunch of like loose seasonal decor, and over here are all of our bikes and like outdoor play equipment. It's so crazy seeing all this stuff piled in the yard and knowing that it all fit into this metal garden storage shed. It's just incredible how much storage this has opened up for us. It really just has created a whole lot more space for the things that we need to store away. And in a house that has no basement, no garage, no finished attic, this has really been invaluable. So if you also have a home with limited storage options and you're looking for a really good DIY build garden shed, I will leave this one linked down in the description box for you. Or if you're just looking to organize the storage that you already have, these metal storage racks and my tool organization caddy I'll also leave linked down below. They are currently available on Wayfair as a part of their outdoor summer sale, so I don't want you to miss out on that. But now I think I want to start by sorting through this tool organization caddy and trying to see if I can eliminate this one wire rack so I can get a good feel for the space that I'll have to work with before I start decluttering through all of these piles and getting things organized back into the space. So while I work on reorganizing this tool storage cabinet, I thought that I'd share a little bit more about the Wayfair Big Outdoor Sale that's currently going on, because they have some amazing deals on outdoor upgrades and necessities up to 50% off, and you can stack that with fast and free shipping on orders over $35. So if you are looking to increase your backyard storage like we were last year, our current garden shed is actually available on Wayfair for under $500 right now. That is a steal of a deal. Plus, they have a ton of options for tool storage carts and containers like this one, or DIY supply organization, the metal storage racks that I like to use to maximize my space. But don't get me wrong, the Big Outdoor Sale is not just for storage and organization. You can also find deals up to 50% off on things like outdoor dining, outdoor sectionals, conversation sets, front porch and backyard decor, lights, games, lawn games and toys, pool accessories and necessities. It's literally everything that your heart could desire to maximize on your outdoor living this year. Wayfair has got you covered, and there are deals up to 50% off, plus fast and free shipping on orders over $35. So I'll actually leave links to everything that I've shared in today's video down in the description box, along with links to some super stellar deals that I was able to scope out, and everything that is currently in my cart that I will be purchasing as a part of the Big Outdoor Sale. And I do think that this promotion is running through most of June, so I think it's through June 23rd. You can catch these deals up to 50% off on wayfair.com and on the Wayfair app. And I just want to say a huge thank you to Wayfair for partnering with me and sponsoring today's video and getting the word out about this sale and these savings to all of my viewers and subscribers. But anyway, now I have completely reorganized that tool cart, and then also was able to remove that black metal storage rack from the one side of the shed. So now I'm going to refocus my attention to the back third of the shed and try to reorganize our seasonal decor a little bit better back here. It is currently very chaotic and overwhelming, and I really wanted to condense it down and get it to this back wall of the shed so that I would have the rest of this space to worry about trying to organize the other things that we need to store away. So I'm just going to take a few minutes to get this cleaned up a little bit and kind of maximize on this space that we've dedicated to seasonal and holiday decor before moving on to the doom piles awaiting me in the backyard. Here's where I'm at inside of the shed, just trying to reorganize and declutter a little bit to be more strategic about the space that we have. So I did declutter through this tool caddy and reorganized it quite a bit in a way that made sense to me for now, and then I shifted it this way so that it would take up less of this wall space, which I did eliminate that black metal organization rack, so we do have some space there. And then I cleaned up the seasonal decor quite a bit. We had boxes stacked here, and I was able to get those up there, and then I shifted all of these loose pumpkins because this is all of our fall and Halloween decor, and so obviously that goes with fall and Halloween. This is all Christmas. And with these two racks clear, I think I'm going to use this one for DIY and garden, like lawn and garden supplies, and this one for loose seasonal decor and like lights and things like that. Which means to tackle this mess, I should probably get started here with all of my loose holiday decor. So you might be thinking to yourself, why the heck does she have so much seasonal decor? That is too much. And really, there's a very simple explanation. My husband and I are holiday obsessed. I decorate the inside of our home for most seasons and holidays, but then together we decorate our front yard, front porch area for fall, Halloween, and Christmas. And we not only put out lawn ornaments and lawn decor, but also we do a huge light display. So that's why you see all of these Christmas lights in all of these boxes here, and we like to keep them loose because we actually use these for our Halloween display and our Christmas light display. And since they are smart lights, we can just use our app to completely customize them, and that's in their colors and even in animations. So we have a ton of fun building out a different display every year for Halloween, and then transitioning to Thanksgiving, and then from there transitioning to Christmas. It is always so much fun, and it creates so much magic for our family and our neighborhood. Every single year we challenge ourselves to try to reuse our old decor in new ways, and then also add a few pieces into our collection to build a bigger and better display every single year. It is so much fun, and I've documented that entire process. You can actually go back, I think it's been like 6 years that I've been on YouTube, and my very first Christmas holiday decorate with me was just in our little front porch area with very minimal decor, and you can see how over the years that collection has grown and our style has changed, and we've just gotten a lot better at putting together a full outdoor display. And honestly, those videos are now some of the most viewed on my channel. You guys look forward to them, and I look forward to sharing them every single year. And you better believe I have so many ideas for the 2025 holiday season that I cannot wait to share. But in the meantime, I just need to break down this old decor, store it away properly, and I also am going to cut ties and declutter a few pieces to make room for the new thoughts and ideas and decorations that I plan to add to our collection for the 2025 holiday season. It's looking good, if I do say so myself. All of our seasonal keeps are now in here and organized as best as I think I can get them. I was right that all of our loose seasonal items were going to take up this entire shelf, but I did not realize they would fit like literally so perfectly. There's no room for anything else, and also not a single straggler, which I'm appreciative of, because that means that we have this whole rack for lawn and garden and DIY supplies. So this is probably the next pile that we tackle. And I am going to try my very best to condense this down as much as I possibly can, and only keep the supplies and tools that we're actually using on a regular basis, because we don't have a ton of room left to begin with. But also I am hoping to be able to save at least one of the shelves on that rack for like our outdoor yard toys and things like that, like for the kids, our badminton set, all of the things that we love to play with, but we need to store away safely when we're not using them. So working towards that goal, I first decided to remove all of the larger items that I knew for certain I could not declutter, like our outdoor brooms, our pressure washer, our weed whackers, and get that kind of removed from this space so I could see all of the tinier things that had overwhelmed that storage rack area. And this is a combination of lawn and garden maintenance supplies and DIY supplies. I do a lot of DIY home improvements and little projects, both outdoors and indoors, and I am a big advocate for reusing your supplies as much as you possibly can in order to save money and really stretch your home improvement budget. So I have a lot of cans of paint that have like a quarter of a can left, and wood stains that I've used in the past. I have old paint trays and paint rollers and things like that, and I just had to be realistic with myself and kind of take an inventory of what I currently have versus what I am needing. I have quite a few projects already planned and in mind to finish out the 2025 season, and of course I know what I have already worked on in my home, so that kind of gave me an idea of what supplies I might realistically use within the next 12 to 18 months. And there were a lot of things here that were coming up on expiration, especially the wood stains and paints that I had been storing away. Some of them I have used up over the last 2 years, especially doing a lot of room makeovers and bigger home improvement projects. But then there are some that either have just completely gone bad because this is not a temperature controlled environment, or it's just been too long. I think you can only safely store paint to reuse for 5 years. And so I was able to declutter a lot of those types of supplies and then condense a lot of the other supplies like paint trays and rollers and roller brushes and things like that. So that was really my focus here. And I did not know of any better way to dispose of these things, so I just threw them out in our dumpster. If that is not the correct way to dispose of them, you can feel free to educate me in the comment section and let me know what I could have or should have done differently. But I was just doing the best I could with the knowledge that I had. So anything that could not be reused, was expired or damaged, I'm going to have to throw away in the dumpster. Anything that I thought could be reused or salvaged, but I didn't personally need, I am going to add into our yard sale. And then everything that we are keeping and that I will plan to use up within the next 12 to 18 months, I am going to reorganize back onto the storage rack. And I'm making use of these, I think they're called Sterilite containers, to corral like items and organize those top 2 shelves. I did end up having to use that 3rd shelf for some more medium-size lawn maintenance tools like our hedge trimmers and our leaf blower and some snips, but ultimately that left that bottom shelf free for all of our summertime fun necessities like lawn games and accessories. This was a little bit tough, but I did end up with one extra shelf, and I guess the underneath of both of these for like folded up beach chairs and things like that. This is especially frustrating, but I feel like there's no better way to store these things, like the leaf blower, our hedge trimmer. We need easy access to them because we use them a lot, and they're a bit bulky to go anywhere else. They don't just kind of like tuck away into a corner like some of these rakes and brooms and things like that. But I got all of my DIY supplies and just kind of miscellaneous supplies up on these 2 shelves, and then lawn and garden here, and one shelf down there for the extra yard toys. I am a bit scared that it won't be enough because this is our pile of yard toys. We have like ladder golf and badminton, and we've got a bunch of helmets and things that I honestly think the girls have outgrown, so I need to declutter through this. All of our beach chairs, coolers. I don't think it'll all fit on one shelf, but I'll find a way to tuck all of these things away as soon as I declutter them first. This ended up being really easy to sort through, and I was able to declutter enough that it all ends up working out for that one shelf. So actually all of these helmets and elbow pads and knee pads the girls had grown out of. We have to get them new helmets this season, so I was able to declutter all of that. Both of their scooters do fold up, so Derek took care of that for me, but that was definitely space saving. And then we did have a few toys that just need to be put back in this deck box that we keep next to our basketball hoop for easy access. And I was able to declutter some larger things like our wagon that we haven't used in a couple of years. And that way I didn't have too much that I needed to figure out some storage for inside of the shed. Really, I just had our badminton and ladder golf games that we love to bring out and play as a family or use as entertainment when we're hosting like a barbecue. And then these coolers that I'm going to stack over here in the corner for when we need them. And all of our beach and lawn chairs I actually tucked away underneath of those storage racks, and that left the center space completely open for bike storage, which was definitely a huge goal and top priority of mine. In the past, we have been very guilty of not taking the best care of our bikes. We just leave them out instead of putting them away. Part of that is because it felt overwhelming to try to put them away when there was such a mess in the shed, but then also we're just lazy. I feel like that happens to the best of us sometimes. So we would leave them out in like full sunshine and extreme heat and in rain, and the seats and the handlebars would get damaged. But I really want to cut back on that and show my kids how to take care of our things better, and the bikes is definitely a space that we have to improve on. So having this open space in the center of the shed, being able to just wheel them right in here with no stress and anxiety and know that they are stored away safely is definitely such an accomplishment for me. I think that Derek was secretly a little sour he didn't put the lawnmower in here, but I felt like the bikes took top priority. But anyway, that's everything. We've decluttered and reorganized this entire storage space, and so this is what we're looking at now. I feel like it is easy to access all of our things. I know where absolutely everything is. I feel like there's so much less stress and worry within this space, and it now houses everything we need it to without feeling overwhelming. So I'd say this is a project well done. Please nobody freak out that there are only 3 bikes, but we have 4 family members. Kinsley outgrew her bike from last year, so we need to get her a new one the same size as mine. Hopefully they'll have it in like a light blue color, though. I think that's what she wants. We just haven't had a chance to order it yet, so that's why we have 3 when there's really 4 family members. But this is what we're looking at so far. So over here we have like Christmas seasonal decor, and kind of that overflow. And then these are some hammock chairs that we love, some outdoor activities, our like chainsaw, weed whackers, things like that over here. And these landscape pathway lights will not be permanently here. I do have a landscaping project planned for the next few weeks, and so I'll use all of these for that project, and then these will go away. But for now, this is just where I decided to put them. And then on this side, we were able to get the rest of our seasonal decor, DIY lawn and garden supplies, outdoor toys and games, our beach chairs, things like that, our pressure washer, and some like outdoor rakes, brooms, all kind of miscellaneous, really tall tools back here. And then this is everything that I decided to declutter. We have a community yard sale coming up in a couple of weeks, so we think that this will do pretty well. We've got some Christmas decor that we love, but we just don't have the room to store it, so we had to make some cuts. You guys know we love to have a really big Christmas lights and like outdoor decor display, and we love making it bigger and better every year, but I think last year we just added a bit more than we could actually store away. So I think we're kind of capped now. We're going to declutter those ones. We've got some odds and ends with seasonal decor, DIY products and tools, the helmets that the girls outgrew. This is their old market cart we were going to give to a friend, but they've had like 3 opportunities to come get it now and they never have. So, and it's been 2 years. So I think we're going to go ahead and put it in the yard sale. And then also our wagon that we just haven't used since Sawyer was like 4 or 5. And really, it's not too terribly much that we were decluttering, but it has made a huge difference in how we're able to actually use this space. It feels a lot more functional. It feels like we have a place for absolutely everything that we need to store away, and we can still just like step in here and get to the things that we are needing, get to our yard toys, our yard maintenance tools, our bikes, things like that, and maybe most importantly, all of our seasonal decor back there. But it just goes to show you that good organization goes a long way. But now this is one really big project finally checked off of my to-do list, and having my shed decluttered and reorganized, I now feel better prepared, better equipped for all of the yard work and really big outdoor projects that I have planned coming over the next couple of weeks. And of course, I will share all of those with you. But don't forget that if you are looking for an outdoor storage shed to increase the current storage in your home, or just organize the storage that you already have, Wayfair is having their big outdoor summer sale, and I'll leave links to all of these that you've seen in today's video down in the description box. And a huge thank you to Wayfair for partnering with me and sponsoring today's video. Of course, thank you guys so much for hanging out and choosing to spend your time here with me today. It is always so very appreciated. If you did enjoy today's video, you can go ahead and give that a thumbs up. That always helps to support my channel. Subscribe if you aren't already. I'd love for you to stick around for all of the other outdoor projects that I have planned over the summer season. But hopefully I see you all in the next one. Bye!